All right, so for numbers 10 and 11, instead of using the phrase finding term, I rewrote them so we could recognize what each thing is. I want to also help us understand that this could also represent the last term. Okay, on the other examples, it is what we were trying to find, but in these examples, we know the beginning and we know the end, and so we're going to try and find something else. And so this really represents the last term, the end of the list, and that represents the beginning of the list, okay? So we're still going to use the formula, so we still want to list what's AN, what's A1, what is N, and what is D. Okay, so again, this can also represents the nth term, which in this case is the last term. So that would be 618. Okay, then A1 is the very first term, which would be 18. And then we have N and D, and the directions say find the number of terms. So number of terms is N, and that is what we have to find. So that's definitely going to be our question mark. D is our difference. Well, now we have to find it. How much are we going up? If you look carefully, it's going up by 6. So that's where we get our D. We have to look at the numbers and decide, well, how much are we increasing? So now that I know these, I'm going to plug it into the formula. 618 equals 18 plus n minus 1 times 6. Now, this solving is a little bit different because it's just like an equation. So we need to solve for n. So I know my students last year, what they did was they took away 18 first. Then we had n minus 1 times 6. And instead of distributing, they went ahead and divided both sides by 6, since we're multiplying by 6. Got 100. That'll get rid of it on that side. And then they just added that 1 over at the very end. So that means that it is this number is the 101st list. Okay, so this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. This is the 101st term. There are 101 terms in that list. Okay? So I want you to try 11. It's practically identical. I'll go through it. I'll just write it out, but you try it and you can just compare as you go. Okay, so we're listing last term, first term, number of terms, going up by 7. All right, I'm going to add that over. And if I add that 1, there are 33 terms. Okay, again, the last term, the first term, we were going up by 7. So I put them all in, I added 2 over, I divided by 7, then I just added that 1 extra term over. So the first term, second term, third term, this is the 33rd term. There are 33 numbers in that list, okay? So again, we're going to use the same formula for the next part, but we're going to find something else. All right, so if you look here, we're just trying to find something else. So it's the same formula, it just changes what it is that we're looking for. So let's first, if you don't exactly know what it is they're asking us to find, if you just do your list, you can at least narrow it down. So the last term, the first term, the number of terms, and the difference. Okay? I'll do it here too. The last term, the first term, the number of terms, and the difference. And I'm just going in order that I see it in the formula, okay? So the last term we can tell is 33. The first term we can tell is 3. So now we need to figure out, okay, well, what are we really trying to find? This says find the missing arithmetic means. Well, that means the numbers between. So if it says 2 arithmetic means, that means there's 2 numbers between. If it says 3, there's 3 numbers between. If it says 5, there's 5 numbers between. In this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers between. So we want to find out what those 4 numbers are. But if you count, we do know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. So there's 4 means that we're trying to find, and then the beginning and the end. So altogether there's 6 terms, so we really need to figure out, okay, well, what are we increasing by? To get from 30 to 33, how much are we increasing? So what would those numbers be? So now we just plug what we know into the formula, find the one that we don't know. So 33 equals 3 plus 6 minus 1 times the difference. So, and then again, I'm just solving, but in this case, I'm solving for D, plus 5D. So that's 5, and I'm just putting D with it. Now, this is just a 2-step equation. 30 equals 5D. So the difference is 6. Well, that doesn't really answer the question. The question is, what are the means? So if I'm increasing by 6, from 3 increased by 6, you get 9. Increase 6 more, you get 15. Increase 6 more, you get 21. Increase 6 more, you get 27. And then if you go up by 6 again, you'll land on 33. So this is actually the answer, but you had to know how much to go up in order to fill in those blanks, okay? All right, same thing for this one. Again, I'll fill it out. You can kind of monitor yourself so that you can get used to it a little bit more. So last term, first term, 2, 3, 7. Alright, since I'm increasing by 7, that means that would be a 5, that would be a 12, that would be a 19, 26, 33, and then 33 plus 7 lands me on 40. So again, it's the same formula, but we're just finding different parts, and sometimes we set it up, it just turns into some type of equation that we end up solving. Okay? Alright, so we can do the same thing for these down here. Let's take a break.